It was almost more a brotherhood than a team. My dad grew up with the two Dodds brothers who were on that 33 team with him. They're the guys that someone has bordered because they're the two that died in the crash. And then they won the 33 Canadian championships, and that's what made them eligible to go down to Oklahoma. Because it was a new sport, things developed very, very slowly in terms of popularity. The people they didn't understand it. They still have to explain how this game was played. The Toilers were, I think, the first basketball team in Winnipeg. They were a team that was developed at the Y in 1910. And then it turned out that shortly thereafter there was some sort of a league with, I guess, some other church-sponsored teams. So that's how it developed. And this was Dad's jersey. He was number 79. His function was, because he was a little short guy with big hands, he was a guard. So he could dribble like crazy and then pass to some of the taller fellas. He doesn't remember anything about the World Championship because he had a head injury during the crash. But apparently the Tulsa Oilers were all really, really tall guys. So that's why they attributed their loss, because they were just so much taller. Now, not that these little guys were midgets or anything, but apparently that was one of the big distinguishing factors. But on the way back, obviously, they started to suffer some sort of engine failure, and then the plane crashed in this cornfield. The pilot and the owner of the plane were in the front, and they both died. And then back in those days, I gather it was like railway cars, you sat facing each other. So Dad's best friend, Joe Dodds, was sitting right opposite him, and he was killed. And then I guess Mike Shea was a little bit farther ahead, and he was killed. Everyone else walked away. So Dad landed, he says he landed on his head, but he had, and he always kind of joked about his big bald head. But he had some sort of head injury, and he suffered amnesia. He doesn't remember 24 hours before, so he doesn't remember the series at all. When the news of the crash hit Winnipeg, it was a major shock. But because, by then, Winnipeg had embraced the Toilers. They were the Canadian championships, and then they were playing in the World Championships. Apparently, flags went to half-mast. The whole city went into mourning. And then, I believe that when all the survivors got back, then they had a huge memorial service in the auditorium. Flag-draped coffins, mayor, premier, everybody there. And then as far as I know, that was pretty much it for the team. I think they never really got together again as a team. But then on the Sunday closest to March 31st, because that was the date of the crash, the team members and their families, and from a small child, I was hauled along too. We went to First Presbyterian Church for a memorial service. And then the men I guess they got together in the evening and had some sort of a dinner somewhere. And that continued until my dad died.